It's time to go pre-final racing then, with the first of our classes now on track. It's time for the Rotax Minimax pre-final, 10 laps to look forward to. The grid lines up as follows. It's going to have Ollie Pilker on pole position in kart 413. Alongside him will be that of Linus Henson. On row 2 we then have Chris Hannon with Gianni Androzani. Row 3 lines up with Robert De Haan and Victor Abozanek. Row 4 is Jazik Spinkovic with Daraf Kendi, and towards the back we have Dominic Reuters, the German racer, to round out the 9 starters within the Minimax. Look at that. Great warm-up to be done down the back straight there from Dominic Reuters, making sure he's got all the temperature he needs within his tyres for this race. They have had their warm-up session this morning, so they know the track conditions. They would have got a little bit warmer since then, and probably a little bit drier as well, because there were still a few damp patches on track this morning, but now it is pretty much completely dry. So full slicks for everyone today, which means we are set again for some close fought racing out front. They are now just about to start their second formation lap. Next time through we'll get the green light to go racing. And again, some really good racing yesterday. We had a few surprises along the way as well. Ollie Pilker wasn't the quickest man in qualifying, but he came through on top through yesterday's heats, so he now grabs pole position for this pre-final. Linus Henson was impressive yesterday as well. He showed some good form, the German racer. And again, we'll start from the outside of the front row. Chris Hannon, the surprise name in qualifying, he topped the times on Friday, but again, not the best of results yesterday. He was there or thereabouts, but no real major wins for him. He's got Gianni Androzani alongside him on row number 2, another man who struggled on Friday. He was impressive at the Winter Cup, not so good on Friday, but then through yesterday he just got himself there or thereabouts, came through inside the top 4 places, and again we'll start on the grid in 4th. Robert De Haan and Victor Abozanek, as we said, on row number 3, and those that struggled yesterday. Good qualifying for Jazik Spinkovic on Friday, but torrid day yesterday, which means he starts down on row number 4, the Polish racer, with Daraf Kendi alongside him, and then Dominic Reuters. Every session he goes out, he is improving, getting some good times in, and this is probably just a learning weekend for him, with some strong competitors out there. Dominic Reuters, as the season goes on, will be a name to watch out for as well towards the back of the field. So 10 laps on the cards for the Minimax racers. There's Gianni Androzani in his green and white machine. He had a problem this morning in warm-up, didn't complete the whole session. He had a spin over at turn number 6, so he jumped into the pits a little bit early. The officials there just making sure everyone's lined up correctly, and they'll know this now. They've done it plenty of times so far this weekend. They'll have to go through the grid hatchings on the start-finish line, and if Thomas Liner is happy with how they're all lined up, he'll give them the red lights out, which means they can get the race underway. In towards the final corner they now come then, building the speed, engines starting to rev higher and higher as they come onto the start finish line. 10 laps to look forward to. Minimax pre-final gets underway now as we go down towards the first corner, and a good start being made from our pole man. In towards the right-hander is Ollie Pilker. It's going to be pressured hard though from behind as they turn their way through. I think Chris Hannon's made a good start up into second place. Yeah, that's his colours into second. So Chris Hannon there on the tail of Ollie Pilker. On through turn 4 they now head. Third place as we watch the leader, just seeing if Chris Hannon was going to go for a move there, but he doesn't. And now he does though on the inside line, down the back straight. Ollie Pilker squeezing Chris Hannon to the edge of the track there, but Chris Hannon's going to go through for love nor money, gets the job done. So Chris Hannon now ahead of the pack. He runs slightly wide there to the final perimeters of the track, but he's going to lead the way down towards the hairpin at turn 8. Second place then for now Ollie Pilker. He's got his teammate behind him, which is 415. That is going to be Victor Abozanek. Good start from him as Gianni Androzani comes down the inside line as well, followed in turn by there Linus Henson, I think, trying to squeeze through. Yep, 418 Linus Henson as they power down towards the last corner for the first time of asking. And we'll score them through this time. And we've had a change again. Ollie Pilker got the job done, but a good move from Chris Hannon on the final corner means that's side by side once more down towards the first corner. And again Ollie Pilker squeezing there Chris Hannon as they came down towards turn 1, but Ollie Pilker holds onto it somehow. Chris Hannon then fights back to the inside line. They're all vying of course for first place, which will guarantee them. Oh, and Ollie Pilker off the track. He got touched there on the rear of the car as they worked their way through turn 3. Ollie Pilker was out on the dirty stuff. He was out on the wet grass as well. He struggles to get back on, but Ollie Pilker has found some power. He's going to be down towards the back of the grid, and surely he's going to have no chance now of catching up. We've lost another one over at turn 6, I can tell you off camera. I'll try and pick up who that was as they come through sector 2, but drama here in the opening laps of this Minimax pre-final. It's going to be now that Chris Hannon leads. Second place will be Gianni Androzani. Third place is Daraf Kendi, comes through there inside the top 5. Third place for Jazik Spinkovic. Gianni Andrezzani looked for the lead into the final corner. He now goes through, but it'll run wide, which means Chris Hannon comes back on the charge down the inside line. He'll take Jazik Spinkovic with him as well, so side by side for second across the line, but Gianni Andrezzani just has enough turn of speed now to hold on to second in towards the first turn. Third place for Jazik Spinkovic. Fourth place now will be Robert De Haan. Fifth place is Giraffe Kendi. Sixth place Linus Henson. Seventh place is Dominic Reuters. Then eighth place, the other spinner at turn 6 with Victor Obozanek, and then Ollie Pilker down in 9th place and 5.5 seconds off the tail of the next cart, which is Victor Obozanek at the minute, as we're going to have another change for the lead. Gianni Andrezzani goes through then in this Minimax pre-final. Can he hold on this time ahead of Chris Hannon? Looks like he can, because now pressure onto the back of Chris from Jazik Spinkovic as they turn their way through the hairpin at turn number 8. We're working our way through on this third lap, which is almost to its conclusion. On through turn 10, they now go 3 as 1. Very, very close out front then in this pre-final. Here comes Chris Hannon once more for a move down the inside. Can he hold it on the exit of the corner? He does. Nicely done there from Chris Hannon as they all get pushed along now from Jazik Spinkovic. He darts out and just Gianni Andrezzani goes for the inside line at turn 1. Still being pushed here by Jazik as they work their way through the first corner, and he now jumps up into second place. So in the space of that one corner, Chris Hannon has gone from first to third. And look who's now joining the action as well, Robert De Haan, who hasn't really featured this weekend. He started at the back in the heats yesterday. He started this one from 5th on the grid. He now sits 4th and looking to get himself inside the top 3. Gianni Andrezzani looks now to fight for the lead once more on Jazik Spinkovic. He goes through. Chris Hannon still down there in 3rd place. They are now joined by Robert De Haan in 4th. And through to the inside goes Jazik Spinkovic once more. So another change for the lead. How many lead changes have we had? We need a lap charter really, or a corner charter to see how many times the lead has changed within this race so far. Another change for second, because going through there was Robert De Haan, and Linus Henson has now come into the mix as well. So 5, make that 6 for the lead. Just breaking away, in fact, is our leader Jazik Spinkovic, but there are 6 now together. We ruled out the likes of Ollie Pilker. If this continues out front, I think Ollie Pilker may just get himself into the fight before too much longer. He's still 4 seconds adrift of Victor Obozanek, who in turn is 3.5 seconds, now 3 seconds back from Dominic Reuters. So it could be close towards the end of this one, especially if the fights continue out front now between these 6 carts. Shall we run you through the order? I don't think we should, actually, because there's another change there, because Giraffe Kendi now goes down the inside line to take a place away from Linus Henson. In fact, he takes one away from Gianni Andrezzani as well. So many changes in the order. It just shows how quick this race can change, because at one point Gianni Andrezzani was leading. He's now down into 5th place. So blink your eyes and you'll miss plenty of action, I can tell you that. Out front though, still Jazik Spinkovic that leads the way. Second now is going to be Chris Hannon. Robert De Haan left the door open there for him to go through. Giraffe Kendi up into 4th place, just like we saw at the Winter Cup. Giraffe struggled on Saturday, but then came good on Sunday. It's exactly the same scenario here today. He's up there in 4th place, now catching the top 3, side by side for the lead. Again, Chris Hannon down the inside of Jazik Spinkovic in towards turn number 1. He goes through. Here comes as well Robert De Haan to the inside to get 2nd place. Jazik will fight back on the fight and the run towards turn 2, but then he's going to be crisscrossed there through. Here comes again Giraffe Kendi looking to get 3rd place, very close there to making contact. He was up on the curb to try and get the job done, but Giraffe Kendi now in 4th, but pushing hard as they power down the back straight. Head down for all of them as they turn off there in towards turn 6. Ollie Pilker, by the way, is the quickest man on circuit. 1:08.855 is now 3.5 seconds back from Victor Obozanek. So still a hard task for Ollie Pilker. Could mean he starts this final later on today from the back, but you can be assured Ollie, without dramas, will hopefully make his way through very, very quickly indeed. In towards the final corner we now go then, and it's going to be a change for 3rd, I think, because Giraffe Kendi went through. Jazik Spinkovic fights back though and gets the job done on the run to the line. So it's Chris Hannon now that leads by the biggest margin so far in this race, 3/4 of a second. 2nd place then for Robert De Haan. 3rd place is Jazik Spinkovic. 4th place then for Giraffe Kendi. There's the fight for 5th place we can see between Gianni Andrezzani and 6th place, which is Linus Henson. Those two trying to get themselves some good points. This is of course the first point scoring round of the year in the Rotax Max Euro Challenge, as Ollie Pilker down in 9th place has now done the quickest lap of anyone again, a 1:07.763, brings the gap between himself and Victor Oborzanek down to 2.7 seconds already at the end of sector 1, so that's good news for Ollie. More time being taken out on this lap. A change for second. There goes Jazik Spinkovic, now shaking off the attentions of Duraf Kendi. Can now focus on Robert Tahan, which is past, and now looking towards the leader, Chris Hannon, as they power across the line for the 7th time of asking. We're going to be on to lap number 8 now as we head towards the closing stages of this Minimax pre-final. Down towards turn 1 we go, 2nd, 3rd and 4th all together, and this time Duraf Kendi goes to 2nd, so from 4th to 2nd in the space of 1 straight. He's now up ahead of Jazik Spinkovic. Down to 4th place has gone Robert Dahan as they turn off this complex of corners onto the back straight. Again, Ollie Pilker quicker than anyone with a 1 minute .608. He's now 1.5 seconds back from Dominic Reuters. So Victor Oborzanek has gone through on Dominic. So I don't think Ollie will be starting plumb last. He may just get the job done on Dominic and may just have time to catch up with his teammate Victor Oborzanek as well. We'll see how that plays out. On lap number 8 now we are down towards the right-hander at turn 9 in front of the grandstand. Hopefully everyone enjoying the action down there so far this morning. Still leading those Chris Hannon now by 2.1 seconds. That's a massive margin after the close racing we had early doors. Second is still Duraf Kendi, but here comes Victor Oborzanek, Jazik Spinkovic in third, to try and get a move done at turn 1. Does he dart out? No, Duraf Kendi has the line covered, so he still remains in second. Jazik is third. 4th place there is Robert Dahan, and they've now dropped Linus Henson as well down to 5th. He's a second adrift at the start of this 9th lap. On towards the back straight they go once more then. Ollie Pilker again quicker than anyone. 1 minute .602. How far behind is he from Dominic Reuters? In fact, is that him slowing on through turn 4? Let's have a look at the number. Yes, it is. Ollie Pilker with more dramas. He was catching, he was going quick. He gets out in the cart very, very quickly. He jumps back in and he's sorted the problem by the looks of it. So that's all happening off screen, I can let you know. Ollie Pilker now trying to get the kart refired. He's struggling still though. He's losing more and more time, so he will now be starting from the back in the final later on today. But for second place, down towards the last corner, we're about to start the last lap of the race because Chris Hannon's up towards the line. 1 to go as the fight for second still continues. Duraf Kendi looking in the wrong direction there. It's just seeing how close Jazik and Robert Tahan is. He wasn't actually paying attention on what he should be doing in front of him. But Duraf Kendi at the minute on the front row for the final. If he can stay in second place, that would be a great drive from what was 8th on the grid up into second place. He's got that adrenaline pumped for today, and on finals day Duraf Kendi comes out all guns blazing, doesn't he? So he's up there in second. There is our leader at the minute off the back straight, which is Chris Hannon. 2nd, 3rd and 4th still together. Duraf Kendi, Jazik Spinkovic and Robert Tahan. Going to be scoring some major points for the first time this year then in the Rotax Max Euro Challenge. Down towards the right hander they now come on his own. Chris Hannon now leads by 2.4 seconds. The ongoing squabble for the front row starting grid is on. It might be a good idea for Draft just to drop back here and start on the inside line for the final, because you get normally a better run down towards the end of the race. But Chris Hannon comes through to get pre-final victory here at the Rotax Max Euro Challenge. He sets himself up nicely for pole position then for the final. Second place does go to Duraf Kendi. He managed to hold on to it there by his fingernails in the end.